Okay, I'm going to assemble this piece by piece in case anybody else has this bike trailer and maybe they want a visual representation. So first thing, we need to take this out by removing the pin. And we're gonna just swivel it out. And then we're gonna put the pin back in. And there we go. All right, that's step one. All right, we are on assemble the wheel axle. So that is this piece. It's going to go in the back of the trailer. Watch out, Belle. It's gonna hug these bars, and you can see where the holes will line up. So we're gonna screw that in with these pieces and the bigger wrench out of the two, and also the Allen wrench. Okay, we have our screws on. So now we're ready for the wheel. I just got stuck on this part for the longest time because I just knew that this piece would come off, but they're so hard to come off. I thought I was doing something wrong, but no, this comes off to reveal this part, which you'll need to go in there. So if you're struggling, I'm right there with you struggling. Okay, both of the wheels have been freed, so we are ready to insert them. So we are going to slide each wheel in, and then we're going to press the lock button until the wheel cannot be pulled out. So keep in mind, the lock button looks nothing like the picture. I'm assuming that this is the lock button since it's moving. Okay, we're going to put the wheel protectors on now. This is really weird because once again, pictures are not helpful at all. So this is what they look like. This part pulls out. So this part's going to screw to the bike frame. And then you'll want to pay attention because there is a little L for left and an R for right. So you'll know which side that these go on. And then looking at the pictures, it looks like when it's on the frame, the flat part, this part, would actually face the wheel. So we're gonna pull these apart so that we can screw them on real quick, and then we'll put them back together. And these are the screws that you'll use for that. Okay, we've got those on, and honestly, this part kind of sucked trying to manually screw it in. So I held this side with the wrench, and then I brought the power drill out, and then I just used that, and that went way faster. Okay guys, I messed this up. This piece, the sliding part, is supposed to go on the outside, which they did say in the instructions, but it didn't make any sense to me. Now it does, because I'm struggling to put this on. Okay, so I have screwed this up yet again. So this is the correct placement. The tab is going to face the wheel, but you want your nut to actually be on the inside. So I have to switch these screws around again, because otherwise it won't slide on. Alright, it only took me about 10 tries, but that's how it's supposed to go, guys. There you go. That's why I'm making this video. Hopefully it will help somebody out in the future. And here is one of our beautiful wheel protectors, all set. Okay, for tonight, I'm going to finish assembling this as if I was going to use the stroller feature because it's getting late in the evening, so I know I won't be riding my bike tonight. So let's assemble it stroller style. It looks easy. You just need that and that. And apparently it just hooks up through that hole. All right, just like how the pictures show. So you're gonna slide the wheel on top, and then you'll stick that metal piece through and screw it in. This part is kind of hard to bend at first. It's more loose like that, and you really have to pull it back. There it goes. All right, we're getting somewhere. Now we're gonna stabilize this so it doesn't fall in. So there's a bar over here, and it's gonna go up into there. Okay, now we are going to attach the handlebar mounts. So you'll see the holes for those right there. And of course we're gonna just fit that and shove that through. And then we're gonna tighten on the inside with these. Now, the wrenches that this comes with, they're either too big or too small. So I'm using good old pliers. Okay, I don't know if your stroller was easy to align those, but this was kind of a pain in the ass. But just keep working at it and you will eventually get there. Guys, we're almost done with the stroller part. It's so exciting. This part's a no-brainer. You're gonna stick each side in and you're gonna have to pull the pin out and then just line it up with the hole and put the pin back in. All right, here we go. We are in stroller mode. So, who wants to get in there? Yes! Here is the bike trailer for the stroller mode. It's a little arm that attaches to the bike in the front, just folds up underneath. And you're ready to rock and roll with your stroller. Hey Willow! Willow's loving this thing. So this was one of the main reasons why I purchased this particular model, because I really liked the idea that you could turn it into a stroller if you wanted to. I always have it in the back of my head, like, what if something breaks on my bike and I can't ride my bike? Well, this is perfect, because now I have this trailer that I can convert into a stroller and I can just walk my dogs home or go to wherever we need to go. The stroller is honestly pretty incredible. It rolls so smooth, even in the grass. It's really similar to the Pet Rover stroller that I purchased, and that's an amazing stroller as well. All right, let's get this hooked up to the bike. All right, so the instructions did say that this would attach to the left side of your rear wheel, and this is the spot right here that I have to take off. On the other side, it has this nut as well. So I'll turn that and I will remove that piece. All right. So that's what it looks like. So we're gonna put this end through here and then we're gonna fish the rest of it through. So that's what it looks like. Stick that through there. There we go. So that's on, and now I just have to screw the other side back on. All right, we're all secured. It's looking good. So now on this piece, this pin is gonna go in there. Okay, we're officially attached. Woohoo! Now we can test it out. And that's the main gist of it. That is how you put this thing together. It's actually really, really nice. I'm really happy with the purchase. I struggled in a few areas putting it together, but that was my own fault. Like I said, it walks really nice as a stroller on grass. It's super smooth. And I'm gonna test it out in the backyard first, and then I'm gonna take it out on the street. Real quick, I'll go over some of the features now. If you guys have already looked into this stroller, I'm sure you've already seen the other reviews. So we've got this side that zips everything in. So the dogs will stay in there. They have this oddly shaped little storage pouch. It's nice to have, but it is a little odd that it's just so long and skinny, but that's okay. We'll still make good use of that. Here's the front, and this part does also unzip. So we've got that option. They also have a clear plastic covering in case it gets a little rainy or maybe it's just a little too windy. You can give your dogs a little more protection. And then on top, they have like their own sunroof. Well, if you got a big dog, they can stick their head out the top if they want. So this is pretty fun. You can use these little elastic bands to help hold in the plastic covering if you're not going to use it at the time. So that stays in place really nice. And of course we've got some nice reflective pieces all over. So that's great if you're going to use that in the early morning or in the evening. Pretty cool.